This is just a composite here of the nesting land use scores, and you can see that I've dissolved them and symbolized them by their suitability, habitat, and nesting land use score here in the attribute table. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, we haven't done the aspect yet, but it is a raster to a certain point. And now when you get a lot of complex geometries, such as all these different little land use vertices that are in here, and you can see it still takes a little while to draw even though we haven't dissolved it. And if you're using really large county size data sets with lots of XY vertices for every little polygon, sometimes it's just easier to convert it to a raster, do some raster calculations when you put things together, and then break them back up into vector files if you need them. So what we're going to go ahead and do is convert this polygon file to a raster. Now to do that, just want to remind you, if Spatial Analyst doesn't work or you can't see the toolbox, go to Customize Extensions, make sure you have Spatial Analyst turned on. And then we're going to open up our toolbox, and then we're going to go to Data Management, or I'm sorry, Conversion Tools, and we're going to go to a raster, Polygon to raster, and double click, and I'll bring up this. So we're going to go to our input features and go to nesting land use scores. We're going to go to change the value field to our SHNLU score, so that way the raster values are determined by our scores. We're going to output our raster and just call it nesting land use, LU for land use, raster. Click Save. And then we're going to cell assignment type by cell center. We're not going to have a priority field. And then the cell size. Now, how do you determine this? Typically you want matching raster sizes, and I'm going to give this to you. But the DEM we have that we're going to use to develop the aspect map is 32 by 32, meaning that they're roughly 30 some meters by 30 some meters. And so we're just going to do 32, and we're going to click OK. Now this will take maybe about 5 minutes or so to run, and so we're going to pause here and then come back and see the results. Here you can see the results of the nesting land use raster conversion, and it just kind of assigns arbitrary colors to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is our nesting land use scores. But if we open up the properties of this, we can go to symbology, and we can give it a color ramp, so from our scores here. So you can see now a better value for 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if you want, you can make the 0 no color, so that way that just shows up as kind of blank. But that allows us to move on to our aspect videos, and then when we combine the aspect and land use, it'll go faster because the raster calculator is faster than unioning many hundreds of thousands of vector shapefile entities. So that concludes this video. Thanks.